GM. Yes, I can hear you, Richard.
I saw that they say HM.
I thought we said Guma.
Well, I think we bounce that back and forth.
Let's see what people like to
Yeah.
say. HM, Guma, GM to everybody. All right, maybe we
Well,
can get
people
started. What do you
cannot.
think?
Yeah.
We have
Jesse,
a
are you
lot of
ready?
content.
Shall we get
Yeah,
going?
Guma, HM, GM, everyone. Can you guys all hear me?
We can hear you.
Great, awesome. So, hello everyone, and welcome to Huma's November community call. So it's so great to see so many familiar names joining us today, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to connect with us and be part of this growing, dynamic community. So, for those who are new to here, Huma Finance is the first PayFi network built to power the financing of the global payments. Huma's platform addresses the liquidity needs of trading finance by leveraging blockchain technology to provide faster settlement and instant access to liquidity. We've got an exciting agenda planned for today. So we will go over some updates on our progress in September, share insights on what's coming next, and open up the floor for you to ask questions and provide feedback. This call is not just about sharing updates. It's also about fostering dialogue and also collaboration within our community. So to get started, just a couple of housekeeping items. First of all, please stay muted during the presentation section of the call so that everyone can hear clearly, but feel free to drop questions and comments in the chat at any time. Secondly, we will have a Q&A session at the end. So if you have any questions, just hold on to it or jot it down, and we will make sure to address it. Last but not least, this call will be recorded and shared later for those who couldn't make it. With that, let's just dive in. Welcome our co-founder Richard and Herbal.
Thank you, JC. Thank you so much. This is awesome. It's been a while since we had the community call. I'm super excited. As JC said, we have a lot of updates. So please stay around if you want to hear about all of these updates, including the exciting plans that so many of you are asking about. And we'll talk about that as well in this call. And at the very end, you will see all the different ways you will be able to participate as we gear up for the foundation's launch of a Huma token and the points that you can all earn and participate in the community more broadly. So all of that will be covered in this call. Just keep putting your questions down in writing, and then we'll get to them at the end. There's a lot of content we'll cover beforehand, so bear with us. Are we ready? Let's go.
Yes,
So
let's go.
let's do it. The first PayFi network, Huma, we actually have talked about what PayFi is and how Huma fits into it. Just to give people a quick refresher on what is PayFi. PayFi is financing money.
Herbal, I'm sorry, I don't see your slides.
You don't see my slides. Oh my god. All right. I thought I was sharing them. Jace, are you able to see them?
Yes, I think I'm able to see your slides, but actually, in the comment section, some people they said they cannot see it, but like right now, I think it's working.
It's working. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
working for me.
That's not
I don't
good.
know how many people. Some people say they cannot say. Just rolling
Okay.
here.
I'm
Some
gonna
people cannot
try.
say.
I'm gonna try sharing my screen again, and let's see if that fixes the issue for more people. Maybe if people joined afterwards, they were not able to see my screen.
Yeah, thank you
No,
guys for reminding us that the streaming is not working.
you have been
Otherwise, we wouldn't know.
disconnected.
How about right now? I'm
No,
sharing my screen again.
I still don't see it.
And JC, you're able to see it?
I am I am able to see it, but
That's so weird. Okay.
so
Let's switch. Let's switch.
Yeah. Do
Let's
you want to
switch to
try?
somebody else to try to share it. And let me see. Let me see if I can share. Now you my own shows. Now I can see it. Are you guys able to see
Yeah,
it?
we can see it. JC, you can see it too?
yes, I'm able to see it, but I'm not sure about the audience.
Yeah. And if
So
you click on
I
the
think it looks like some people now works fine. Looks like my screen is prettier than Herbal's. Yep.
yeah. I think
so
it's because this is a Google product, so they're favoring you, Richard.
That
so
might be true. Okay.
in the
I
comment section, some people says they are late to the call. So the agenda today, we just go over some of the updates on our progress since September and share the insights what's going to happen next. And there is a Q&A session at the end. So just if you have questions, just hold on to it or just jot it down. So we will make sure to address all the questions we have. So that's the agenda we have for today.
All right, let's fucking go.
right.
So the quick refresher about PayFi, guys. The PayFi, the payment financing, is teleporting future money to today, creating value for business and consumers. Why? Because money today is more valuable than money tomorrow. And this actually happens all the time around you, every single day, because this is, in your pocket right now, most likely in the form of a credit card. If you want to buy something, you don't necessarily have the cash, use a credit card, which is money for you today, and then you pay for something that the merchant sells, and that's money for business today. And this creates a lot of value, and it's about $16 trillion market today. Trade finance, business to business relationships, business to business payments. This is about $10 trillion financed every single year. And cross-border payments, if you need to send money home, for example, right? I send money to Turkey to my family. I need to use a form of cross-border payments or remittance. And all of these systems that a lot of people in the world uses require some pre-funding. And this pre-funding happens in the scale of $4 trillion fucking dollars in the accounts that people put money into. This is a market that's exceeding $30 trillion in a traditional sense. And what makes this PayFi instead of payment financing is that PayFi uses blockchain. It uses stablecoins. It uses blockchain technologies to revolutionize the payment financing ecosystem by improving the existing markets, but also unlocking new innovations and new possibilities. What are these new possibilities? You can actually do deep in financing. Let's say, we want to increase the energy production across the world, especially in countries where this is needed the most, but those countries don't necessarily have the capex to pay for this energy expansion. You can actually create decentralized energy solutions using deep in financing, and then you can get paid. These pools, right? These financing pools, liquidity pools, can get paid from the royalties that these energy projects are collecting. There's actually an even bigger solution in T plus zero settlements today. Maybe Richard, you can go to the next slide. A lot of payments are happening where you have to wait for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. Doesn't matter if you're like the biggest company in the world. When you make payments across a border, global payments, you have to wait a lot. And the systems, the wire systems, the Swift systems, these do not support same-day payments. However, with payment financing, every single payment can turn into T plus zero. Every single payment can happen from anywhere in the world to anywhere in the world in just seconds. And we predict in about 10 years, almost every single one of these traditional payment solutions will be utilizing the PayFi ecosystems and PayFi ecosystem solutions, and they will be T plus zero. They will be settling right immediately, wherever they are in the world.
So when we started thinking about a PayFi earlier in this year, a PayFi stack. This was inspired by the OSI model, which some of you guys might be more familiar with TCP/IP, which is in the middle of the stack. this model served as a foundation for internet data era in the last 40 years. It was a foundation for almost every single innovation, from internet, from search to social media, and to everything that transformed our life. And we believe the next 20 years will be internet of money, where blockchain is going to be used in all kinds of financial applications to transform how money moves in the world. And we think it will be really powerful and valuable for the entire ecosystem move in the most constructive and accelerated way to buy, publish, a PayFi stack. So you look at the bottom of the stack from transaction layer, currency layer, custody layer, and compliance layer. Those are essential infrastructures for payments, crypto payments. But crypto payments, as Herbal mentioned, itself is really valuable, but it's the financing layer to make the crypto payments itself to be able to penetrate into a lot more domains. So that's why you have financing layer on top of that, which will enable with all kinds of applications, like what Herbal already mentioned, the credit card, trade financing, cross-border payments. Those are existing business or unlock new use cases, deepin and T plus zero. After we published the stack was actually really well received. I saw many people when they post the articles, they reference the stack. That's really very encouraging for us to see. Yeah, Huma itself plays more in the finance layer, and also we have a suite of applications on top of that. That's why we call ourselves the first PayFi network with the financing plus applications. If you go a little bit deeper into financing layer, it really does four key things. Number one, and anytime when you do financing, you want to understand risk. You want to be able to price in the underlying assets and risk. So then on top of that, you want to structure it in such a way. Some people want to invest in junior tranche. Some people will invest in senior tranche because they prefer, they are more risk averse. Then of course, here we talk about, bring it on chain. So you have to tokenize it, make the, off-chain receivables and assets to be represented on chain. Then last but not least is how do you handle, now that you have the product, you have the structure, how do you distribute so that the investors get a chance to access those assets for them to participate? That's distribution. You're going to gradually see in every month's update from our community call, you're going to see Huma is going to drive innovations in these four layers in one way or the other.
All right, let's talk about the momentum now. So if you have been watching Arduino, you're doing an amazing job. If you're not watching Arduino, you're doing an okay job. Please start watching Arduino because Dune is where you get a lot of our metrics for free. And we actually encourage people to, analyze our metrics, look at our metrics, post about our metrics. So far, we have crossed $2.4 billion in PayFi transactions. This is an incredible number. About half of it was basically the financing, the other half was basically repayment of the financing, and we're growing at a very rapid pace. You can see from the graph. And it all happened with zero credit default. We might be one of the very few financing layers in the whole crypto ecosystem that has grown this fast with zero credit default. And we expect to hit about $10 billion towards the end of next year.
So that's where we talk about the beginning of how the PayFi, where does Huma stands. We actually also, we feel we ourselves cannot move by ourselves. And, I know many of you guys know Solana Foundation has been a strong driver for PayFi as well. And Solana and we cannot do just by ourselves. So we actually started to put together the first PayFi Summit in September. Here's a quick video.
Sorry, Richard. So the comment section, people are still saying like new people who just joined, they still cannot see.
What did you say? They cannot see the slides?
Yeah, they cannot see the slides.
Yeah. Maybe if you can see the slides, just give a thumbs up on the chat so you understand how big of a problem it is.
So Jesse, do you mind post the slides, change the, or you can change the setting of the slides, make it public available, and we post the link in the chat so that everybody can see it. I can stop sharing again, and then just redo it. Hopefully that will get more people be able to see it. Let me stop sharing. Let me share again. Hopefully more people are able to see it. But meanwhile, Herbert, if you don't mind, just put the deck, change the access so that more people are able to see it.
I think we will do that at the end of the
The end of
at the end of the at the end
Okay.
of the
All right.
Okay,
event.
Yeah.
how's it? Is it working?
Sorry about.
Everyone, can you just comment on the comment section if it was not working for you? Does
Yeah,
it work
people
for
say it's
you?
working.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. So it looks like the presentation, anybody joined afterwards, they are not able to see the presentation. Sorry for the trouble. And meanwhile, from the PayFi movement, right, you see clearly Huma and Solana co-hosted the PayFi Summit with Steiner as a sponsor, with participation from Circle, Visa, PayPal, and many other highlighted projects we call spotlighted projects. And if you pay attention to it, one of them is the bridge, which draws a lot of attention in the last 1.5 months because $1.1 billion acquisition by Stripe. And we see a lot of more interesting projects coming. And later on, we're going to share more that we're going to host a lot more PayFi Summit next year. We're going to bring more and more partners into the movement.
Okay, now some other big news. If you guys have been watching what's happening in crypto, you know that one of the chains that has the most momentum, or if not the only chain that has such incredible momentum, is Solana. Who's been watching Solana? This obviously has not escaped from our attention. And if you have seen Richard before, he's so handsome, and Solana has been chasing Richard to bring PayFi to Solana. And we have decided a few months ago that Huma is going to launch on Solana big time, and we're going to grow on Solana faster than we have ever grown on another chain. So Solana is going to be the chain that will be growing really fast. And that launch came with a pool. You most likely have seen the first campaign that we have launched on Solana was a $20 million campaign. And now the $20 million pool is fully filled. Guys, this is insane. This is the fastest growing campaign that we have ever done. And in just a matter of probably 15 days at most, the whole pool is filled on the ARF side. And this pool has been returning people, 16, 17% for senior position, up to 24, 25% for junior position. Now it's all full. And a lot of it's thanks to you, and some of the people in the call have deposited, some large LPs and investors also deposited. This has been great. And there's still some room left on the 3-month pool. I'll let Richard talk about it at the very end. But this has been amazing, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know many of you guys wrote articles about the campaign. Many of them referred people. I see some people referred more than 10 people. That's amazing. Really appreciate everybody. So we also, in the last 1 month, thanks to Jesse and Alex and many other mods, we also upgraded our Discord and TG. And number one is that you haven't checked it out, please do check out our Discord. And we introduce a bunch of educational content, and really especially the FAQ, and we added a bunch of content to explain Huma's vision, Huma's product, our product, how does it work? And many people were asking all kinds of questions. Where does the 16% yield coming from? And is it, kind of Luna has 20%, they were borrowing for future? Do you guys know into a similar situation? We got most of those commonly asked questions. We answered them right there. So that's not anybody who come in. And because Huma, in case you are not very familiar with what Huma is a mystic bird from Middle East. It means, it fly up in the sky. and never land on the ground. But if you ever land on your shoulder, you will become the king. So it really means a lot of good wishes. And in our case, we call our community, we named after the Huma bird. So starting from newborn to baby Huma to young Huma to prime Huma. So and welcome to the community, and hope everybody just from newborn grow very quickly to prime Huma. And looking forward to grow together with you guys. Then we also have all kinds of quests for folks to do. You could be talk to earn, engagement, sprint, and there are some requests of us. Also, we're more serious project, but we also want to have fun pieces. If people want to do some meme contest that will come in soon, that's really cool. Last but not least, we really want to highlight the value of the community. That's what we really believe, and we want to anything we do is governed by these core values. Number one, trustworthy, because we are building a PayFi network that will bring user leverage blockchain for real world impact. Trustworthiness is just the number one thing. Whatever we do needs to have the community trust. We all trust the real impact. Second one is really, unlike many other things, we are driving new innovations. We are driving revolution, and using blockchain to bring massive impact to the world. So that visionary, we want to push for ideas. We want to challenge the status quo. Number three, we cannot do this by ourselves. Even Solana and Huma, the two of us are not sufficient. We need to collaborate with many other protocols, many other ecosystems working together. That's why we believe in multi-chain. We believe in different type of compliant stablecoin. We also welcome even competitors of Huma to come to in the PayFi movement. We're working together to drive this massive movement. Herbal?
All right. Yeah, sorry, I was muted. The guys, this is one of the most exciting parts for me. And I know a lot of you have been waiting for this news as well. Huma Foundation is now operational and set up by Leeward Management. I'm guessing a lot of you knows what this means. This is the foundation that has been set up to support the growth and development of the first PayFi network in Huma, for the decentralization of the network, and for basically management of the Huma tokens. So the foundation is now live, and the Leeward Management is one of the leading professionals in this industry. They are behind projects like Arbitrum. They are behind projects like DYDX, Jito, Balancer, WorldCoin. So it's the same management company that is managing the Huma Foundation right now. We're so excited about this because we know all of you have been looking for this moment, and there's going to be a lot more updates coming from Huma Foundation, an introduction about Huma Foundation, what it will do, how it will govern, how it will bring you all into the governance process. These are all going to be communicated from the foundation in the coming months.
This is super exciting. Just mark it with a new milestone for us. So let's give you a quick that wrap up all the key updates that happening in the last 1.5 months. Then a common question from the community is, okay, what's the roadmap? What will coming next? So we are going to next section, we're going to give that update. Before that, let me give you a quick rundown on our vision and strategy and refresh everybody's memory. And our vision is build the best PayFi network that leverage blockchain technologies to revolutionize payment financing, no matter which category, and we want to drive innovation in those things. How do we want to get there? And number one, as I said, we're collaborative. We want to move together with Solana, Circle, and many others. So Huma wants to be the leader in the PayFi movement, and we want to drive all kinds of industry movement to form this, what you call narrative or movement together. Second one, from a Huma perspective, we believe in platform and the killer apps. Huma is a platform. ARF is our number one killer app. We also have Ring Card and Ja and many other applications as potential killer apps. The reason we use this strategy is actually referenced by a lot of successful companies in the world, including my former employer, Google. So Google has powerful platform Android. But Android itself does not really generate tons of direct business value for Google. The business value created by first-party apps like a Google Search app, YouTube app, or third-party apps through Google Play Store. That's what because of Huma, we believe in sustainability is really critical. Unlike many other crypto projects, that mainly survive because of continuing emit token. And at one day that emission will be over, the project will probably see the end of the life. In our case, from day one, Urban and I set to build the company for cross many cycles to go. So that's why sustainability is very important. From the very early on, we think about how do we make sure the protocol is able to generate revenue, sustain itself, so that we don't purely rely on token. That's why we are looking for this platform and the killer app approaches. And then, of course, when you offer, at the end of the day, your financing platform, so you offer investing opportunity to people, then what people really care more about is, okay, what's the yield? Sure, you do 8%. Yeah, that's interesting. Probably not right for me. 16% stable yield plus potentially other points. That's interesting. So that's where we stand today. And, really provide best in class yield. And also, of course, the risk management is the number one thing for anything you do with the financing. Then, when you build this type of product, sure, the DeFi distribution, how do we connect with all kinds of DeFi so that DeFi money can potentially participate in Huma pools? That's important. But also, we build the product for scalability, potential for a lot more capital come to the PayFi movement. As Urban mentioned at the beginning of the slide, the PayFi is so big. Credit card itself, $16 trillion. Trade financing, $10 trillion, cross-border, payment of pre-funding, $4 trillion, which we are squarely cut into it. Those are $30 trillion market. It requires a lot of money. DeFi is too small for that. So that's why we're looking for TradeFi and TradeFi, distribution. I'm very pleased to share one tier one investment banking in New York has already given us a term sheet for bring $100 million liquidity to Huma protocol. So we also see another partner in Hong Kong and Singapore coming to our way as well. That's from TradeFi. So from roadmap perspective, we're going to look into 3 dimensions. Number one is from the ecosystem growth. How do we want to do it in 2025? Then we talk about it from a Huma platform perspective, what kind of additional capabilities we want to do. Then killer app side, how do we want to grow in the next few months?
All right, if you're still on the call, thank you so much and bear with us because there are only a few more slides left with a lot of amazing information, including how you can earn more Huma points. And then we'll go into the Q&A. But first, the PayFi ecosystem. So if you haven't seen what Cat Stumble is going to look like, go search for Cat Stumble on Twitter and it's going to blow your mind. So it's going to be the first big event we're going to host in Turkey, in Istanbul. It's going to be called Cat Stumble. Why? Because Istanbul is the city of the cats. It's going to be January 25th to 26th. It's going to be one of the biggest crypto events, and it's just going to have a lot of insane updates from our team. It's going to have a lot of insane updates from the Jupiter team. We're going to be doing a huge partnership together with Jupiter in 2025, and there's also going to be a memorialization of $3 billion worth of Jupiter tokens being burned, and there's going to be a burning cat activity. There's going to be a big statue, I think made from wood or something, and that's going to be burned in the middle of Istanbul. It's just going to be the craziest, I think, event that we have ever co-hosted. Then we will co-sponsor PayFi.xyz with Solana Foundation. If you have guys seen RWA or similar, like DeFi Llama, there's, for every industry like DeFi and RWA, there is actually a community dashboard, and PayFi XYZ is going to be the community dashboard for the PayFi ecosystem. And we will be co-sponsoring this with Solana Foundation. We're looking for teams who are actually willing to build this, and we're going to sponsor these teams to build it and maintain it for however long it takes. And I think you have seen how successful the first PayFi summit was. We'll do 5 more PayFi summits this year with Solana Foundation, starting with the one in Hong Kong in February, and then in Dubai in May, in Singapore in September, and Abu Dhabi in December. And we also are going to host the New York one. We just haven't decided the time for that yet. But there will be 5 PayFi summits with massively improved new partnerships and a much bigger audience this time throughout 2025 to keep sharing the exciting news about the growth of the PayFi ecosystem.
Yeah, that's super exciting. I just want to double click on the co-hosting with the Solana Foundation. Right, so Solana is, if obviously everybody know they were very big in meme coin this year, but meanwhile, if there is one initiative they're pushing for is PayFi, and this is just there in all those events all together throughout 2025. Super exciting for us. So back to the product side, on the Huma protocol side, there are a few things, super exciting things. Some of them is ready to launch. Some of them are still in the planning, and some of them I would love to invite you guys to come to give us feedback and to see how we can, really build the product the community is really looking for. The first one, as I mentioned earlier, we believe in multi-chain. We're already live on EVM. We're going very big on Solana, and that will be our primary. But meanwhile, Stellar is such an amazing earlier driver of crypto payments. And if anyone of you guys notice, their XLM has been performing pretty well in the last 1 month, 5x. And then they are also a strategic partner for us, and we're going to launch on them. And we will be marked as the most sophisticated smart contract on their network. And we're looking to launch within this year. Then we introduced the first community feature into our product. We call it Huma Frogs, because Huma is a bird, and then Huma Frogs, as you can imagine, is more like a group of birds. And this is basically allow our users to be able to team up together to participate in campaigns to earn additional rewards. Right, when they participate as individuals, they already earn rewards, but they can group together to earn additional rewards. The PRD is ready, and I will post on our Discord in the Ideas channel right after I stop presenting. So that welcome everybody, give comments, feedback. I will personally review and respond. And hopefully that we're looking forward to working together with you guys so that we can design the product with the right way to, with the best way to, that the community welcomes. And then the next few features are kind of related. That's more like, you think about Huma and ARF product today, it is largely, build this strong foundation. Because as I mentioned earlier, we built it as a PayFi used for real use cases, for cross-border payments pre-funding use cases, and it generated very high yield, 0% default. But that's all just building by ourselves. We are kind of Huma and ARF and Solana and building this together. But we are not integrating with other DeFi yet. I know many of you guys, especially DGen, you're looking for some protocols to really work on the Huma, but also you help to work on Pendo or some others. So we are looking into that one. Second one is that somehow we hear loud and clear. Hey, you guys requires professional investor KYC QIB, and that's nearly requires minimum investment of $1,000. And I live in an area, 1,000 USDC is a lot. I'm not able to participate. We hear that feedback, and we always plan for it. It's just execution different sequence. So the next three pieces that we plan to launch in H1 is introduce the permissionless way for people to participate, but meanwhile still maintain the PayFi's required compliance. So this is actually a lot more complicated than a lot of DeFi, but we see a path forward. And we are still just hash out all details. Once we have the spec, we'll share with the community. Second one, I already mentioned in DeFi composability. We want to be able to, Huma token can be used by other DeFi projects, and some other DeFi projects, stable coins, might be able to fit as the LP coming to Huma. So we want to looking for that composability. The last but not least is, people say, hey, you guys have 3 months lockup, 6 months lockup. 3 months is reasonable, 6 months seems long. Are you guys able to provide some liquidity for me, if I needed unplanned, but I needed to transfer my position? And we are looking into that solutions where we are talking to a couple of partners to enable such, more like liquidity opportunities. So those are really exciting opportunities for us to really building on the existing very solid foundation of Huma and Arf, but meanwhile just adding additional capabilities for the users to be able to engage in a more interesting way. And the second one, for us to working better, blend it into the DeFi, ecosystem. Then on the killer application side, and this is reasonably straightforward, we're looking forward to scale ARF and continue to grow very heavily. We're going to launch a very exciting T+0 solution. Today, Amazon pays their merchants, let's say in Asia. So it will take at least 2 days for them to get. And anybody in the supply chain, they know, actually that's a long time. They want to get paid on the same day. So today, Amazon will pay to a Barclays Bank in London. Then from London, move to Singapore or Hong Kong in another day. Both of them cover two, based in T+1, adding together T+2 for the money to hit Hong Kong or Singapore. Then it will take additional time to go to the final destinations. We are working with a partner, and we're looking to launch in the next couple of months the first, T+0 for the massive use cases, so that when Amazon pays the money, and on the same day it hit Singapore or Hong Kong. From there, distributed to the final destinations. We're super excited for a massive use case. The next one is deep in financing. We are looking to launch our pilot with Roam. And then, trade finance is such a big use cases, and we have 2 other use cases we are in the pipeline, and too early for us to discuss the name. Hopefully, when we hop on the call next time, we can discuss the name. And we're looking forward to launch these 4 additional pools in the next 2-3 months. Super excited.
Oh, I also love all chattery happening on the Huma stage. That's amazing, guys. Keep coming, keep bringing those questions and the fun comments. I love it. So, all right. So the big question is, we keep hearing, how can I participate? How can I earn Huma points? So first and foremost, what is Huma? Huma is the first PayFi network. It's a payment financing network. And it means the most important thing for the ecosystem and the network to grow is the financing aspect. And how does the financing aspect grow? With the deposits that people put in, because those deposits power the payment financing happening with financial institutions in real world, right? So the most important thing for the network is those deposits, which means the number one way of earning the Huma points is by depositing into Huma pools. And we cannot stress enough, the deposits is going to earn the lion's share of the Huma points. And for those who cannot deposit, into Huma pools, they can still refer LPs, the people who can, deposit into Huma pools. And as Richard mentioned, with the permissionless launch, it's actually going to lower the minimum $1,000 requirement. And that's the second best way of earning the Huma points. But it's not the only way to earn Huma points. There's going to be many more different ways. And we just launched actually a few amazing contests and earn programs on Super Team Earn and Galaxy. If JC is on, I would actually like her to give a bit more update about those few campaigns that are going right now and are live on these platforms.
I'm I'm on. So we have a major content creator contest that we're doing with Super Team Earn. So there are 3 different tracks that you can participate. The first one is writing a long thread or article about Huma and PayFi. The second one is you can create memes, fun memes, and memorable memes about Huma. And the third one is if you are a good video content creator, you can create videos about Huma. All of these track together combined will have a grand prize that you can learn. So we will just select the the greatest projects so you can earn additional $3,000. So the total prize pool is $8,000, so which is very, very great. So if you haven't looked into that, please go to our announcement section. There is announcement about Super Team Earn a contest. You can just click the link to join that. For the Galaxy, oh, by the way, we are going to do a meme booster event on our Discord so that you can just submit both the memes to both Super Team Earn platform as well as our Discord to earn additional points. So additional rewards. So this will be announced very soon. The second contest or second quest we are having now is our Galaxy campaign. Many of you here know about us is from Galaxy, so it's still ongoing. Please be active in participating in Galaxy campaign and doing all the quests. You will earn the Galaxy points. And also be able to enroll into the $1,500 raffle for accomplish all the quests.
That's amazing. So with all of those quests, you'll be able to, participate in raffle, and also earn future Huma points. And there's also going to be many more Discord and Telegram engagement campaigns coming up. These are not, again, the only ways to participate and earn Huma points, but just if you keep watching our Twitter, if you keep watching our Telegram and Discord, you will get informed whenever there's a new campaign. As you guys heard, we just launched the foundation, and the foundation will also keep pushing more and more of these campaigns in the coming months. So stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, and also if you say, "Hey, guys, a Huma, I have more ways to contribute to the community, but you guys don't have the points design for it," just raise your hand. We are totally very, very cool. For example, you say, "I'm an active builder. I want to build some amazing things with PayFi," and sure, we would love it. We can happy to set up new categories for the builders as well. So, all right. So we talk about so many.
Sorry, Richard. I would like to emphasize the Discord engagement part. So we previously mentioned that we designed this tier role system. It's mainly based on the engagement on Discord. We highly value the engagement on Discord because we want our Huma fam to stay with it, to level up with us. So the roles is actually very valuable. So if you are not able, some people complain that they are not able to make a deposit because there's a 1,000 limit. Just stay on the on Discord, being engaged, chat with our mods. This will help you to level up and earn the newborn baby Huma and even young Huma and prime Huma roles. Those roles are also like proof that you are valuable members of this community. So yeah, that's another way for you to earn Huma points.
All right. So the best time to act is now. Actually, we have quite a few things that you can potentially, participate and make a dent. The number one, as Herbal already mentioned, the 6 months pool is full, and the 3 months pool honestly is very small. And so it's literally 6 months is $20 million, 3 months is $1 million, but this mainly for smaller checks to come in. And this pool still have a little bit of opportunity there. So please check it out. And at least, even for junior tranche is 15, senior tranche is a 15% APY, and junior tranche is higher. I believe I last checked it was need to be over 18%. Then you will also get Huma points. And another thing we never advertised, pushed out very, very clearly, as we are launching the Huma Flux product, which will show gradually one of the key features allow the OGs of the platform to play even bigger role for future campaigns for them to actually get rewarded more. So this is will be your chance to join as a OG LP. So if right now you deposit, you still fall into the OG. We have a term, if you read the PRD, I have a term called rank. And as you participate in more of these campaigns, your rank goes higher, and people are not happy with that term rank. So when you read the PRD, help me to pick up a better name. I'm totally open to it. So that's definitely one I would like for you guys just act on it, especially the 50 people who are on this call right now who haven't really checked it out. Please do check it out. Second one is that we call it Huma points. It's kind of boring, and people joke because I named it, and I was not able to find a better name. And then still, the team challenged us. Why don't we ask for the community give us a better name? I believe Ijiro has a Twitter post or Discord post ready to go out, and check it out. And either in Discord or Twitter, and just respond with the good names. And if you pick up the names, get the most liked by others, and finally we pick it up, absolutely you will get your special Huma points reward, and we probably will use your name to call it. So that's just please participate. The third one, myself will commit, I will engage very actively in the ideas channel. Just like we mentioned earlier, the principle of our culture is trustworthy and visionary and collaboration. The visionary is about driving new innovations, driving new ideas. And that's where we are going to publish, hey, what's the next feature we're thinking? And if you have new features, you want new ideas, put there, we're going to read and respond. And when we launch some product, when it's ready for public feedback, and we're going to put it there as well. Right now, after this call, I'm going to publish the PRD, which is, if you don't know what the PRD product requirement is, definition, basically it's how we plan to build a Huma Flux, and I'm going to post there and welcome your feedback. So those are the three things you can act today. With that wrap up our prepared presentations, and we still have about 15 minutes for Q&A.
Wow, that was awesome, Richard. A lot of content, guys. Thank you all for staying around and putting all your questions in the chat. Keep coming, keep putting those questions. I might start with a few that I've seen in the chat. And JC, help us catch the ones that we might have forgotten about. But I know the most common question is about when TGE. And the foundation setup is for the TGE. And the TGE is going to happen when the foundation finds it the most suitable in terms of timing, and it works for the whole project and for the whole community. So there's a lot of different dynamics in play. And one of them is, the foundation can actually launch a token anytime it wants, right? But it might not be the best thing to launch a token anywhere, anytime. You actually want to launch in specific places, and make sure that you have the most momentum when you do your TGA. The intention is for it to happen in the next 6 months, and it to happen in one of the leading exchange partnerships. So that's what the foundation is working on. Stay tuned. There's going to be more communication coming on this front. What will be the utilities and use cases of the Huma token? Richard, you have thought quite a bit about this. Do you mind maybe sharing some ideas?
Yeah, entire in really, the token design is still ongoing. And the first one, obviously, the token will be able to participate as a governance, right? Governance, the protocol, and what kind of assets come to the platform, those type of things. You definitely, token owners will have the rights to participate. The second one is that we expect, the protocol will be able to capture, very meaningful revenue. And so that means the protocol has, we are really think about it there from VE model perspective for the token owners to be able to capture some of their value. The other one is really there are some other ways we're still exploring, and particularly one of the really big one of the um, I would say very active members in the exchange was challenge us. You guys have such a fun, differentiated foundation. Like your product has a strong narrative, strong ecosystem support, and also you have such a strong foundation. Why don't you guys think more about some creative way on the token side as well? We're still thinking, but if you guys, given what you know about the project, if you have additional ideas for the token to be used, and feel free to drop us a note as well. Would love to hop on the call to explore more together.
Yeah, the biggest difference of the Huma project, when it compares to other projects, it actually makes a lot of revenue, right? If you look at the project today, the protocol today, with ARF, we're capturing, millions of dollars in revenue, and we're actually getting close to having more than $10 million in revenue soon. So very few projects can actually generate this kind of revenue, and that adds a lot of foundational power and strength to the project. And the other question was about airdrops for the community builders. Obviously, the foundation is trying to figure out all of this in terms of the first airdrops, the second airdrops, and what's allocated to people who are bringing LPs into the pools and people who are contributing other ways. So that's definitely something we all believe in, that this project is belongs to the community and should be growing and rewarding those who are basically a big part of it, and bringing those people into the governance, right? This is the most important use of the tokens. Our partnership with Jupiter is not random, right? Jupiter is the largest DAO in the crypto ecosystem and the most active DAO in the whole crypto ecosystem. And every single token holder tries really hard to participate in the build up of the Jupiter of the community and of the project. And they call it the Jupiverse, right? So that's the intention that we have. We want to bring a large group of people into the building up of this project, and take it to wherever it can go. Being the first guys has a big advantage in terms of how big this can grow. So it's all up to us.
Yeah, I think give the opportunity, try to be an OG LP. That's my reminder.
All right, let's look at other questions.
So there's a question from Double. It's in Chinese, so I'm going to translate it into English. So he's asking, how are we going to, if I understand this correctly, how are we going to onboard more cross-border payment service providers to increase our advantage in this space, so that we can compete against some of the, the top-tier payment company in Web2 space?
So
That's a great
I
question.
can
Yeah, go
just
ahead, Richard.
Yeah, that's a good question. And let me take on that one. Number one, honestly, we're just scratching the surface, and there are so many opportunities right now. Our customers are mainly based on France, UK, and the US. And we all know there are so many of them. Actually, Singapore and Hong Kong play such a major role. And I see you type Chinese, and I assume you would know a lot of payments players there. And I happen to be able to speak Mandarin as well. So right now we're connected with a lot of payments players in Asia, and that will allow us to massively grow our user base as well. That's number one. I think the number two is that I don't think we really want to say, uh, traditional, payment financing, sure, but anything makes sense to use a blockchain and stablecoin, make it much better, especially for cross-border payments. That's squarely our solution will be much stronger than the traditional players, and we definitely, we are going to be, ruthless trying to really trying to, bring that innovation and to the industry and bring that impact.
Let's look at other questions. There's a
Then
question about.
yeah,
Go ahead,
also
Richard.
token. Yeah, the next is also from Double is near about token design. Which things we pay more attention to, what are the principles, and I think that's where Herbal and I already touched on it. And the main thing is that we have solid real world yield, and how do we design such a way to make best use of it? That's probably the most important pieces.
Another question was about how does such a favorable market that we are seeing now affect the plans? Obviously, we are in great times, for the whole ecosystem. And what we are seeing is, even though there has been this, meme coin craze, a lot of the focus is now shifting to what some people call dinos. But if you look at those dinos, these are actually some of our closest partners. So Stellar, right, has done an amazing run, and this is actually one of our biggest partners that we have been working, with for a while. So there's a lot of people looking into how crypto impacts, real world, and how it actually changes the way the payments are done in the traditional sense. That's why you have seen, Ripple and Stellar getting a lot of excitement. Obviously, this is a huge testament to the most powerful PayFi network, launching and what it can do from that perspective, and definitely also impacts the timing of everything. So those are all being considered by the
I think
foundation.
Yeah, Herbal mentioned about Stanner. Stanner, after our PayFi summit was so successful, and Stanner was hosting a managing their annual, conference for their community. Honestly, they saw it. They just, talked to us. Hey, can you guys come to talk about PayFi? And they actually, made a last minute change to their agenda, create a new keynote speaking for us. Herbal went there and talk about PayFi. PayFi become the most popular topic for the entire conference. And so Stanner is also talking very actively with us about various collaborations for the coming year.
I see people excited about the DeFi integration. I saw another comment earlier, people asking if the looping will be enabled if we integrate with Camino. So people are looking to put money into the PayFi pools at about 15-16%, and then take the LP token or the Huma kind of stable, and borrow against it again, and then put money again into the pool. So people are excited about the
Yeah.
looping opportunities, looks like.
Yeah, we definitely, Tao, if I probably know you, and we're definitely looking for your input in the roadmap. But I also want to put out one, we are very excited and we are very much committed to it. But I want to call out, it will take some time. This is more complicated than normal DeFi. Here's the reasons. Number one is that at this moment it's permission. So there is a KYC, KYB. Number two, all this capital used by real world businesses. Real world business, unlike DeFi, you can move out money out in and out just instantly, and they require some kind of predictability. So that's why we have this lockup. This I would not call it fundamental. These two challenges, preventing us from working with DeFi, but make it a little bit more challenging. So we already see clear path. We just need to work through the details. So it may take a little bit of time, but we're committed. We'll get there.
All right, looks like this might be the wrap. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining
Anybody have
our community call.
final question coming in? Yeah, I see two people typing. If you have
All
one
right.
final question coming in, we can take it. Otherwise, we'll call it for the today. And remind everybody from here, we're going to do it every month. because now that the foundation is there and everybody knows what's coming next. So we're going to get the community very active, and we really want to looking for you guys be the OGs for the community, help us to bring that that engagement in the community on Twitter, on Discord, on TG, and bring your friends coming. We're all working together, make human community great.
I saw one last
You
question. You plan some weekly activities? Yes, as we mentioned, we already had Talk to Earn, engagement sprint, and there's a meme contest coming up soon. So we are going to plan more community activities weekly to make the entire community more engaged, for sure.
That's awesome.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Look forward to
Great,
see you
thank
again next
you.
month.
Talk
See you
soon.
next month.
Yep.